Hello everybody and welcome to first of all a brand new channel where I will be doing a let's play of The Sims 2. I've never done anything like this before, so please bear with me for any errors and less than professional touches that it has. So as you can see from where we're loading into Pleasantview and getting the little intro video, by the way I will mostly skip the actual intro video, but I do quite like these little throws. So I'm afraid, are probably going to stay for at least a while. So anyway, yes, we're going to be playing Pleasantview, but it's Pleasantview with a twist, and this is something else I've never done before. It is actually, when it finishes doing its little loading, it is actually Pleasantview Megahood. The distinction, as far as I can tell, between megahoods and neighbourhoods comes down to timing, because I've not got an awful lot of subhoods associated with it. I will refer to this as Megahood rather than Uberhood, because I have Strangetown and Veronaville. I have also got all of the universities. By the way, as you can tell from the accent, I'm English, so they are universities, not colleges. We have the downtown. We also have, is that the right one? No, that's the right one. We also have all of the holiday destinations. Again, holiday, not vacation. So, what we have here, what have we actually got? So we've got everyone that lives in the particular hood has been moved in. So we've got the elders, the burbs. I'm not going to load into them right now to show you, but Strangetown has loner and singles girls moved in. And also in Veronaville I moved in all of the various branches of the Montes and the Caps. If I load up one of the universities, I think it's just because it happens to appear first alphabetically, Académie Latour. Again, I moved in all of the college students, so these were in the bin when we first came here. However, I've not entirely decided with the students yet. I think what I might do is not play them initially. They might get added in at a convenient time, whether I need them for their genetics or because they become relevant to the story. They all tend to be relevant to each other, but very separate from the main neighbourhood, so they're not critical at this stage. What I don't have is any of the stealthed people, so ones like, who are there? There's the Rana's one, I know is one of them. Sid Roseland, one of the dogs. None of those are here. I use empty stealth neighbourhoods. I didn't want to bog it down with too many, although there's still quite a lot. There's more than I've ever played before. So what I'm going to do for this first set of rotations, I play quite short rotations. I only play for 2 days. So this first set is mostly going to be going through the scripted events. By the way, I'm not actually sure if the scripted events are going to appear in the subhoods. They might do, they might not. I know enough of memory from them to probably be able to play them out anyway. Now I've realised I've rotated this badly. It's quite jarring in a minute when it goes to that. Never mind. So we'll mostly probably just play out the scripted events for this first little set of them. And what I've done, I've not subjected you to 3 hours of me setting this whole thing up, but I have gone into every single household and community lot and added an ACR adjuster, autonomous casual romance. I don't actually know if you need that. I seem to remember reading somewhere that if the adjuster wasn't on the lot, the interactions wouldn't work. But I may have misinterpreted that. It may just be that as long as they have the token it would work. But I do it anyway, just because I particularly do like to have those autonomous interactions. I also, actually, if I tab into it, yeah, I put in some skylines and some skies. I always think it actually looks a bit naff in neighbourhood view, but it looks quite good in lot view. For Pleasantview I've used Sunset Valley. I actually quite like the idea that Pleasantview and Sunset Valley are connected, although I don't think it holds up to an awful lot of scrutiny, but it's fun. I do play with mods, as you obviously can tell. I don't play with... Actually, that's a lie. I was going to say I don't play with loads. You'll constantly hear me say something like, oh, that's an interaction from a mod I have. If there's anything that I think particularly relevant or interesting, I'll place it into the description. But I will be honest with you, I will forget that I have some of them. And other ones I won't ever be able to find again. So, without further ado, we are going to start, and as per the Prima Guide, we are going to be starting with Don Lothario, everyone's favourite romance. Who is Don Lothario? Is his engagement to Cassandra Goth genuine? And what about the rumour, I need to correct that, rumour that her mother Bella was last seen scaling the deck of his condo? Let's go and have a little look. So I haven't actually played any of the characters. I have gone in as much as I've given them an ACR adjuster, but they haven't played, so you might find we get the pop-ups, we might not. Me having gone into the lot might have negated that. Again, I can remember enough of what goes on. What I haven't done though, there's a couple of little minor getting started that you'll see. Let me just set up my preferred settings for ACR, so I like it on a 3 timing. I changed the default of Risky Woohoo to 15-ish. 14 or 16. Mathematics dictates you round up, so 15. I find that if I play with 10, you don't get enough pregnancy. If I play with 20, you get far too much. So I quite like that. Targets are fine. Global switches. I don't like autonomous try for baby. I have 2 wants that I referred to as bilateral decisions. One is having a baby, the other one is getting married. I won't do it unless both sims involved want it. No, not what I wanted. I wanted hood settings. So I don't like them just autonomously trying for it. That's sort of fine. Cinematics, normal, always, never. Normal's fine. Global overrides, no. What else is there now? I like Teen Woohoo. I kind of feel a bit about. I don't like teen adult interactions. I'll leave it enabled. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's The Sims. It's not exactly explicit, is it? It just feels a little bit awkward. Type of baby dialogues are disabled. I don't actually do anything. I do like beauty calls. Nope, I do want auto gender pref. So basically, if they don't have a gender preference of their own, they get given one to go along with the 10%. What is that? I've got it as. No, wrong one. Yeah, 10% gay and 10% bi. And what you'll always find is it will tell ones that you really have an idea of where you want them to head, gay or straight, depending on how you're going to play that. But never mind. What's Dom's gender pref? Obviously he's straight because he has many women on the go. Now, anything else I particularly need to talk about to begin with? One space. I generally play one space, but I will have liberal interpretations of it at times. So, for example, here, I'm actually going to lock in Dina because he's going to get Nina over pretty much immediately. Oh yeah, we are going to get the little pop-ups. Don's romantic life is really humming along. Maybe now's the time to put the moves on Nina Caliente. Pick up the phone to invite her over. Which is fine by me. Oh, I need to go and re-enable edge scrolling. What else have I turned off? Gesture events. Right, I want that enabled. I don't like picture-in-picture window though. That can stay where it is. So, let's invite Nina. Let's speed play this on. I quite like one actually. It means it gives me a chance to see what they're doing. Oh, he wants to flirt, he wants to woohoo. What does he have woohoo with? 3 different sims. Oh yes, like I told you, that's a mod I have where they don't always play salsa. That's snazzy. That's excellent. Don wants to win Nina over. It looks like she's slowly succumbing to his wily charms. Maybe now's the time to suggest a romantic soak in the hot tub. Fine, let's go and greet Nina. So this is one of the catches of having it's a subhood. So this is actually a Strangetown townie. His name should be Abhijit Cho, but it's been renamed to Bill McClellan, which I think is an excellent name actually. But isn't what it's meant to be. Never mind, it has, I hope, quite an interesting turn though. Oh, they're going to make out. Okay, fine. What? I said they... I test that. Not easily. No, he wants to flirt, so he can goose her. I love the look they get in there when they goose. Let's just zoom in. It's a bit weird to zoom in on this, but... Oh! Oh, he doesn't want woohoo now. Oh, interesting. He does still want 3 woohoos though, so I think I can still justify that. Okay, let's go and do the hot tub. I don't do the hot tub very often. I also might put this onto speed 2. It feels a little bit on the slow side at speed 1. Speed 3 I really just use to zoom through nights when nothing is happening. There we go. Could you maybe move around here? Go closer to her. Cuddle with her. Now, again, another mod. I do have a mod that I think will enable them to get pregnant off lot. So let's we don't massage her. We probably should do something though, shouldn't we? Make out with her. And then casual woohoo with her. Casual cuddle. Casual woohoo. And now he wants to woohoo in bed. But given he also wants to woohoo with Dina, I can probably justify that. Well, be a bit of a gentleman, give her a kiss. Wait a minute. Before you say goodbye to her. And you want to change back into your everyday clothing before you invite Dina over. Now, actually, I probably should do something here. I meant to do this to begin with and I forgot. So I have recently downloaded something. It's called the Lot Debugger, but otherwise known as the Bat Box. And the only thing I'm going to do with it is decide whether certain things would have had a university education. Now, Don here is a level 4 medic. I feel like he probably would have had some sort of education there. So he is going to have a degree in biology. That's all I wanted that for. Because I also play, he thinks he's a graduate. How well did he graduate? Doesn't tell you. I also play with another mod for Education is Good. So that is a case of he will be limited in his career by what the game considers his highest education was. At college degree, you're unlimited. So he wants to become a Hall of Famer, but I don't really see that for Don. So let me get my lifetime want chooser out. And we are going to choose lifetime want from personally available. Woohoo with many different sims. I don't think he cares about the love, I think he just cares about the woohoo. And that makes a lot more sense to him. He can also now lock 2 once, so he can also lock... He's not going to lock woohoo in bed. I'm going to lock gain skill point. Again, wants-based means that unless he wants promotions and skills, he probably won't ever get them. Or he'll luck into them, possibly. That is awful music. Invite Dina Caliente over. Also, just do my double check. He's on 23, so I'm gonna have done his 2 days at 25. I count 2 days as in 2 days they've aged up. It does mean that some sims get a slightly longer rotation on play on the first rotation. But that'll even out over time. He also needs to hire a maid. And oh, how surprised he gets Dina Caliente. Not Dina Caliente, Kaylin Langerak. And interesting enough, there's Kaylin's other lover going by. Actually, I feel like he would know Daniel. I quite like that. Going great, Daniel. Because Daniel's another bit of a whoopie with sim. But he wants to dance with Mortimer. Interesting. There you go. Great Dina. Make out with Dina. Oh. Oh. I thought she'd come over tomorrow. Okay, she's come over today. Oh, interesting. You know, I'm not going to do anything to stop this. I'm not going to intentionally get them caught cheating. But I don't think I'm going to do anything at all to stop it. Told you, he didn't. Her expression is excellent. Actually, this whole thing's excellent. It's Lilith Pleasant there, just looking horrified at the sight she's just seen. And there's poor Kaylin Langerak. Is she coming to slap Don? She is. Lilith is still horrified at the scenes that have gone on before her. Right, well, if you've already got caught, you may as well carry on, Tom. And he's still very happy. Look at that swagger. Is that going to complete that? I think it might. It does. He wants to whip her in a bed. That's fine. Or a hot tub. I prefer bed for this. Ask Dina to join. She's not even asking to stay now. Casual. You probably should warm up a little bit first.
Yeah! Ooh. Yeah.
Now what to select? I think we're here with 5 different sims. And actually something else I intended to do is give him his aspiration points. Right, I tend to go all in on motives. I don't mind life of luxury. I do not like business instinct. Just because it kind of screws with things that I sort of know. Although, actually, when I play like this, I do try to think what the characters themselves might do, but if I know it's a notoriously bad choice, I will avoid it. Those are high places. Again, I have a mod that means that you don't need friends for promotions. I have hardly any friends and I get promotions. I don't think it's necessary. I do quite like that. But it adds a nice bit of randomisation to not be able to do it. So anyway, I don't tend to go too much down the work tree. Romance or any aspiration, it depends which ones. I don't like the romance ones because the first one is massive attraction. It kind of makes sense for Don, but it means that Sims that I don't think would really be attracted to him end up attracted to him. And I think he can have that. Life of luxury. And what I do is once they've got 6 points, they don't necessarily have to have used 6 points. Once they've got 6 points, their 7th point can be secondary aspiration. I don't have a particularly good aspiration mechanism. I just go with what I feel is right. So not all Sims are really appropriate for a secondary. Is she going? She is going. There's also a cat. Right. Damn. I wanted to see that. I don't know whether Bella is in this game. Yes, she is. But I don't know whether there's a duplicate Bella as well. I sort of hope there is. I've got a feeling there is. I feel like when I downloaded these, I downloaded a version with Bella. Or she won't be called Bella, but sort of Bella. Just because I find it quite a fun way of playing. Oh, go and answer, go and answer. It's Dina, okay. You could... Okay, let's go downtown. Now there's a weird bug with this. That if you change the speed, they then think that you've stood them up. Should we go? Do you know what? We're actually going to go dining. Where would Don take a lady out on the town? I feel like Don would smash the cash and go to Londosday. He really doesn't like Kaden right now. That's because he got caught cheating. Well, you shouldn't have done it then, should you, Don? Is that the driver? Is that the driver? I've never seen that driver. I mean, not that I pay too much attention to the drivers, but... Anyway. So we're heading off downtown. So just a very, very minor word on seasons. I just, again, do what feels right. So downtown, it's all spring. Downtown's a romancy kind of place. The universities are all autumn, because they're good for skill building. And the holiday destinations just stuck with what they came with. Right, don't go and look at a lamp. Right. Is that? Yes, I was right. So I do have duplicate Bella. But she's known as Jordan Goss. I like that. Goss and Goth. Yeah, I'm improving. I really hope Cassandra doesn't turn up. Right, we're going to go and be seated. Let's be fair, we are just here as friends. We're not here as a date. So... Cassandra can turn up. Patrizio Monty is there. Obviously we'll get around to him in Veronaville. He's going to the kitchen. That's predictably. There's Johnny Smith. We will see him at Strangetown. Is Nina not going to come? Okay. Oh, maybe she is. Just put this into speed too. Wait for my data journey. There we are. And I am going to order for all. He's not happy. Lobster thermidor. There's Dina. Again, we are only here as a casual outing. There's a... This hasn't been your best date, to be quite honest with you, Hedo. Oh, just one devil to check it. No, they did get renamed. Oh yes, she's quite an alky, isn't she? Dining with the Vampire, Gavin Stratton. It's not a very countish name, really, is it? Nina, you've not even finished that. Okay. Let's pay the bill. But then finish eating that. Oh, great, there is Cassandra. Okay, I think we need to split quickly. Call taxi. Let's go home. Because that's not going to go well, is it? Where's she gone, Cassandra? I saw her come in. I don't know where she is now. Maybe she was just passing by. Yeah, let's go back. There's nothing in that that's going to end well. So I don't really care whether Don and Cassandra get married in the end, but I prefer that they at least make it to the ability to get married, if you'll go through with it. He's come back home with Dina. It's a shame, I could have had them public woohoo, but I really didn't want to upset anyone. Right. Go and study cleaning. Oh god, look how messy he is. Oh, he's not happy. What did she do? She flushed the toilet whilst he was in the shower. Made him cold. Poor dear. Oh, go and put leftovers away, actually, before you do that. I don't like wasting food. Oh, don't. That's not kind. 22 days away. I don't really mess around with the ages. I just accept what they come with. Also, I do play rotationally, but I'm not heartbroken if they end up a little bit out of it. I'd rather... It's to keep them generally in line rather than to maintain Timmy is 6 days older than Jimmy. If by the end of it Timmy is 5 or 7, I don't care. What's she up to? Oh, in the hot tub. Make sure you don't overheat. So he can use this one here to get this point. I do wish it didn't give them maps and memories for everyone. I don't remember every single waiter I've ever met. You can get engaged, Dina, don't worry about it. I'm already engaged. I don't like that he knows Bella. I mean, I know he does if you go and have a little look. He's there with her looking at the stars, but annoys me. I actually quite like the idea that Bella is gone. Oh, you want to invite Dina over, do you? I'll probably lock that in. What are you off to do? Sweet talk. Okay. It won't work. Because ACR takes very low priority. Then say goodbye to her and then sleep, I think. You have got work. I think it's actually more believable that he would want to make out with 5 different Sims. He's already done everything with her. He doesn't need to have her back over. Let's go on a date. That's kind of sweet. It's not actually, though, is it? Actually, don't do that. You're going to get fed at work. Go and have a shower. Public woohoo, maybe? Oh, gross. His bladder was going up as well. Go and watch TV. Probably not that. Go and watch dogs. Oh, do we know what his hobby is, by the way? No. Sports? No, don't do that. It's just going to waste food. Actually, that's a good point. Turn that off. Turn that off. Go to work. What I generally do is rotate the computer. which may sound overkill, but it means that they don't meet lots and lots of random sims. Because if they chat to a university student, I have to bring them into rotation, and that's just, no. I'm not bothered, it's not like he was going to get promoted anyway. There's fake Bella. There's real Bella. Again, I seem to remember in the editors of Strangetown, you hardly ever saw Bella. Ooh. Don believes he's discovered a flaw in a cutting-edge surgery technique being outlined by the hospital's chief of staff. He's not sure if he should say something. Interns don't generally speak during medical debriefings, but he might not get another chance to speak on the subject. He could raise his hand or attempt to meet with the chief privately at a later date. I feel like Don would speak up. Don timidly raises his hand and immediately all eyes are upon him. He clears his throat and begins the diatribe he's been rehearsing in his head for the last 20 minutes. Doctors feverishly push through stacks of papers. He brings up study after study, and when he's done, the chief of staff simply moves her glasses and says, "You might be onto something there." 20 minutes later, after much handshaking, Don is promoted to resident. They didn't even feed him. Fine, go and get some leftovers. He wants to dance with Dina. I mean, you could ask your actual fiance out on a date. I'm not bothered enough by that right now. I will, which is the only point. No, he's not going to be in this house too much longer. Go and clean up. Yes, I know you're not going to want to. We go and change every day. Turn that off. Where is the bandit? Okay, you can get in your hot tub. Just while away a few hours in the hot tub. Is there anything else I wanted to do with him and his first rotation? Because we're nearly at the end of it in a couple of hours. I don't think so. I think we've had a... Apart from getting caught by Dina. No, Kaylin. Keep calling her Nina. Apart from getting caught by Kaylin, I think we've had a reasonably successful first rotation there. He's going to leave the house in quite a nice state. Okay, try not to overcook. It's not going to be a good look at your wedding, is it? Oh, there's Mortimer. I feel like he probably would be at least trying to get to know Mortimer. I don't think Don's evil. I just think he's a bit of a womanizer. So, how about you talk to Mortimer about breaking into the safe and money and mechanical skill, okay?
Oh.
Just show you all. That is what I mean by how it looks. Now, it does look a little bit jarring with the how bright green the landscape terrain is. Right, once again, I didn't really need you to do that. Could you just go and say goodbye to Mortimer, put the leftovers away, and he has now aged his required 2 days. So we can save him here. Right, I like to save first. And then we go back to the neighbourhood. I haven't yet decided on a name for this, by the way. I'm being very torn between Veronaville Town or Strangeviewville. I think if you take the Pleasant, you're then left with either Pleasanttownville or Pleasantview Town, which is okay but redundant. If you have any particularly strong thoughts on which name I should go with, how about leave them in the comments. So we finished off with our first rotation with Mr. Don Lothario. He had woohooed twice, neither of them with his fiancée Cassandra Goff, and got caught cheating once with yet another one of his side roots, Kaylin Langerak. Next time we'll be playing his fiance's household, where we'll see whether Don goes through with his marriage to Cassandra.